Hi, welcome to the second part of the tutorial of bringing a procedural cube into Unity. The first part was in Blender. This second part is in Unity. So I have opened up a Unity project here, and you can see I've called that Unity project Procedural Cube. And this untitled is really the name of the scene. So that's what we want to do. We want to give this a scene name. So go to the File menu here and say Save Scene. And give it any name. 1 is fine. That's what I give it here. And just say Save. And now it's called 1.unity. So we need to leave Unity right now. So just go to the Unity and quit here. And what that did is, here's the Unity project on my desktop, Procedural Cube. I'll open that up here. And we can just pull that over here and take a look at it here. Well, let me make it a little bit smaller here. It'll fit a little better here in terms of doing it here. That should be okay. And bring it over here. Okay, so inside of a Unity project, they have a folder called Assets. That's the important folder here. So let me open that up and see right now just the scene is in there, 1.unity here. What we need to put in here is cube.fbx. Cube.fbx was created in Blender, so I'll click on this and I'll just drag that into the Assets folder, and there it is. And what Unity will do with that now is it'll automatically import that FBX file into our Unity project. Here. What we also need in the Assets folder is Marble. But what we need to do with Marble is place it inside its own folder called Textures. So we need to create a new folder here. So go to File and say New Folder. Whoop, did it in the wrong one. Well, we can just drag it over and put it here where it belongs. And we got to rename this here. So we'll name this Textures. It has to be this name Textures because that's what Unity expects. So what we want to do with Textures is we want to move marble.png inside of it. That's the file we created in Blender. Okay, so if I go back here, this is what we have here. We have a project in Unity Procedural Cube. It has an Assets folder. Inside there is cube.fbx and another folder called Textures, and inside Textures is Marble. Okay, we're ready to go back to Unity. One way of doing that is just to double click on 1.unity and just say Open Project. And here we are inside Unity now. If you look at the projects window here, you can see that Unity has imported cube in there. When it's a cube symbol white like this, that means it's a prefab in Unity. So we want to take a look at this. So when I click, it comes up in the inspector here. And what we're interested in the inspector is the FBX importer. We can change some of these parameters. I want to change the scale factor here and make the scale factor 1. Okay, then we want to scroll down here and click Apply to it. Okay, now we're ready to go back to the project panel here. I'll click on Cube here, and I'll drag an instant of this into the hierarchy. Well, when you drag something into the hierarchy, it puts it into the scene in Unity here. So this is our cube that's in our scene here. And what we want to do with this cube here is change its rotation a little bit here. So instead of 270, let's make this 35. And instead of 0 for Y, let's make this 225. And you can see it also changed it in the game view here. The game view is what the camera sees here in Unity. Well, what we need now is a light for this scene here. So we go to the little Create menu up here, click on Create, and we want to do a directional light. So Unity puts in our directional light there, and we want to change that to a little different location here. Let's put it X for 10, and Y we can make 3 here. and z minus 20. Okay, so that's a little better location here for our light in Unity here. And you can see we got some light now on our textured cube here. I think we could probably do a little better here. First thing we should probably do is resize the cube a little. Let's make it a little bigger here. So I'll click on the cube here, and I'll go to the scale icon up here, and I'll just drag this to scale it a little bit here. Yeah, that's probably a better size to look at here. Okay, now we have it scaled a little better here. We can see that it isn't lit uniformly, and that's really due to the shader. So let's choose a different shader for this. I'll click on the cube here, and you see that over here it has the shader diffuse. So let's choose a different one here. Click on this here, go down here, and really we need a self-illumination shader here. And I'll choose the diffuse self-illumination shader here. Well, that didn't help here, so let's choose a different one. Self-illumination shader here. Let's choose the vertex lit. Oh, that's much better. Okay, so let's take a look at this on the big screen. And we got to maximize on play and click here. And there it is. So now you see we have brought a cube into Unity with a procedural texture wrapped around it. And that concludes this tutorial. Thank you for watching.